I find it really interesting, sort of this it's almost like Europe and America are like two different worlds. You know, a band can be huge in America and irrelevant in Europe and vice versa.
Yeah.
And you guys have been one of the few bands to really kind of do both. And it seems like it's just really difficult for European artists to kind of get known over here. Is there one thing that you think changed that for you? I feel like Ozfest was kind of a big deal. Is there one thing that kind of put In Flames over in America?
I mean, we were lucky, like we got help from, bands like Mudvayne and Slayer and others, and the Ozfest and uh, what else? I mean, the bigger ones that we never went to Warp Tour, but we did the other ones. And Sounds on the Underground was a big deal. I think for a lot of these bands like us. Um, so I mean, we came over in a good time, end of '99 or early 2000s, something like that, and we were kind of on our own in a way, and it was awesome. It was awesome, but we never focused on one territory. We always been like all over the place. But you're right, it is different. It is a different um, atmosphere, and it's interest. I mean, now we have three Americans in the band, and they usually, when we do meet and greets and we talk to fans and stuff like that, that's a question that we get to hear a lot of times, like what is the difference between the States and Europe, and fans are different because it's a different culture, like when it comes to what metal means. I don't think it is as trend sensitive in Europe as it is
Mm-hmm.
in the States, and we don't really have the impact of active rock, like
Right.
we in the States, like we have over here. And I
Like
mean,
Breaking
slow.
Benjamin or whatever.
Yeah. And we kind of, I guess we tried, our label tried, our management tried a little bit with us too, but it's not working for us. We're not that type of band. So it's like, it's either you're in the club and then you get all these festivals and you get whatever comes along with the active rock, or you're outside and you're totally your own thing.
Right.
um and then it's a different fan base too, I guess. But Yeah, the festivals over here has been really celebrating heavy metal and underground metal too. You can see big bands together with upcoming acts, and it's not driven by um, um, so much about sales and what's happening on the radio, of course. I mean, we're getting more of those festivals, and the festivals in US are becoming way better, and we played a bunch of now really cool ones that feels more like European. Actually, they care about the bands too. They're toilets for the bands. And there's a dressing room for the bands. It's
I
not
remember
just.
back in the 90s when bands like Madball or whatever, or Earth Crisis would go to Europe and they'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. They actually treat us like humans over there.
Yeah. So, but it's getting better and better still. You know, 2023, whatever.
Yeah. So it seems like now it's so hard for European bands to make it in America that a lot of them just don't even try. And I understand why, because it's so expensive to get over here and deal with
Yeah.
visas and all that stuff. And you look at a band like Nightwish or something like that that's just absolutely massive in Europe, and they do come over here, but not very much. And I understand why, but it's kind of a shame.
Yeah, there's, we also get that question from people who are dealing with the touring, side and management and stuff like that. Should you not, maybe you should skip America for a couple of years, because it's that expensive. And now, after COVID, it's just insane, and it's difficult to get hold of buses, and the gas prices are insane, and gear and all that stuff. So yeah, it's tough, but for when it comes to, we're a touring band, so we would love, we do it anyway, and we can play small clubs, we can play big festival stages, we can do anything. I mean, we play for the people that come around, and you know I I mean, obviously, it's dictated by economy, but I rather than make less so I can play than not playing at all. You know what I mean? Because I love this too much, and especially again at COVID, I was we can't take this for granted. It won't last forever, and bands always think we record an album, release an album, and then we go on tour and we expect people to be there all the time, buy merch, buy whatever. I tell them to jump, they should jump, all that stuff. But that's not, that's we can't have that mindset anymore. Not like last year when we got back and we were touring, every show was special, like because it could be the last. That's how I felt. So
yeah, maybe fans and the bands realized they were taking it for granted a little bit.
I think so. I mean, and it's in some cities, there are bands all the time, and you'd be like, I skip it this time. They always come around, But if bands come now that I want to see, this is a better. It might be their last time. So, yeah, it's a pre and after COVID, I think, vibe overall.
So you still love being out there on the road. I mean, we're about the same age. I can't imagine being on the road as much as you guys are. Sounds like you still love it.
Yeah, we really do. I mean, when friends come out and hang out for a couple of days in the tour bus, they need a 2-week vacation after that. But
yeah,
we are so used to it, and the energy that we get when we play, the energy that we trade with the fans and with the audience, and it's so rewarding. It's of course you're a little bit more tired when you wake up and get out of bed, but the actual show makes up for it. I mean, I wouldn't say that traveling is the greatest thing in the world, because it's like I've been to a lot of countries. I've been on so many different planes, and I've been in so many different cities, but I haven't seen them.
Right.
When relatives ask me, like, "Oh, you've been traveling?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, I haven't seen. I see inside a club, maybe, and a bar around the corner."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't get too much time to actually see the sights.
No,
but you get to meet a lot of people, and it's still cool.
Yeah. No, for sure. And we made so many cool, friends, build up relationship through the years, people all over the planet. So that's amazing. So, and we will continue. I mean, as long as the legs can carry us. Or actually, when you lose the feeling of, let's say you play a couple of shows in a row and you'd be like, I'd rather be at home or somewhere else, then I think you lost touch with what you do, then you shouldn't be here. But when you walk off stage and feel like, this is the greatest thing ever, then when you have that feeling, then we will